Hello everybody, it is PreludeBoy99 and today I'm going to talk about Tomy. Tomy is a Japanese toy company that makes collectibles and toys. They're responsible for making the Transformers and the Masterpiece collection. If you guys collect Transformers, then you know that this company is legit. Now, the reason I'm talking about this company is because they are making a 1/10 scale Back to the Future DeLorean. And if you guys know me from my last video, I just made a video discussing Hot Wheels Ultimate Elite on the 1/18 scale Back to the Future car and how the one that I bought was defective. There's going to be a surprise in the next video because I was able to rebuy my old 1/18 scale Ultimate Edition Back to the Future DeLorean, which lights up the way it's supposed to. So now I have the accessories and the car that does everything else, which is awesome. I'm going to make an update video a little bit next week or later, depending on how well my schedule is. But today we're going to talk about Tomy and their 1/10 scale DeLorean. So I heard about this through Denobi V2. If you guys don't know who Denobi is, I highly suggest you check out his channel. He basically collects high-valued collectibles in terms of nostalgia and pop culture. One of his famous ones is the Back to the Future 1/6 scale Hot Toys DeLorean. And I was actually going to get one until I heard that the Back to the Future Part 2 DeLorean had a lot of QC issues with the hover conversion. So I backed out. So now that Tomy is making a 1/10 scale, I was like, I need to get myself involved with Tomy and with this product, because the 1/10 scale is in scale with the NECA figures. Now, if you guys don't know what the NECA figures are, these are the NECA figures. As you can see, they're very detailed. They look extremely like they have the movie characters' likeness. It's extremely detailed. I honestly love the NECA figures. I honestly highly recommend you pick some of these up if you guys are into action figures and if you love Back to the Future. I think these are affordable compared to Hot Toys, because Hot Toys is like $300 for a figure. This one is 40 bucks and has all the accessories from the movie, which is really, really cool. So this 1/10 scale DeLorean is from the first movie. They started this campaign around July, I think it was July 10th. They started the campaign July 10th. It's going to end August 10th. And this campaign is a Kickstarter campaign. So if you guys don't know what a Kickstarter is basically a website where people go to invest in a project that they want to come to fruition. These projects are usually passion projects, and normally when it comes to a big company like Tomy, they usually get the right amount of funding for this project. For those who were VIP backers, basically what you would do is you would pay $5 to get VIP access to the DeLorean before it opened to the public, and you were able to buy it at a starting price of $2.99, which included a $20 value, which is Einstein the dog, and you have to pay $30 for shipping, which is what I did. I paid $330 for the 1/10 scale DeLorean, and it comes with Einstein the dog, and it will also come with other items depending on whether or not this item will reach goals, funding goals. What those are is basically if the project reaches a goal in terms of funding, like let's say they hit 800K, then you get the lightning hook from the first movie, and if it reaches $1.4 million in terms of revenue, then you will get the flaming tracks. So there was a huge controversy with the $5 VIP, and basically when the Kickstarter page dropped, everyone was able to get it. And the problem with that is that for the people who paid the $5, they kind of just paid $5 for nothing, because again, this was open to the public. Anybody could have went in and pre-ordered one for $330 with Einstein, which was a huge problem, because everyone was like, well, this is kind of scandalous. Why did I pay $5 for it if it's already open to the public? Well, apparently Tomy underestimated how well the Back to the Future DeLorean would do in Kickstarter, and they didn't think that the project or the product would have gotten this popular. And plus, this is their second project that they used Kickstarter for. The first one was for Star Trek Enterprise NC-17, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, and it did extremely well. So this is their second time using Kickstarter. It was also their first time doing this kind of VIP rewards program, which again I paid for. So there was a huge debacle about that. They reached out. They said, hey, you can email us. We'll give you your $5 back. We're terribly sorry. So problem solved, right? Well, no. Apparently what also ended up happening was at the end of the first day, the goal was to reach 250K. They made that goal in less than a couple hours, and by the end of the day, they had $700,000 in terms of revenue for this project. So they made a celebratory video thanking everybody who backed this project, and they accidentally slipped out that the interior wiring for the car will not be colored, even though the DeLorean in the pictures that was being advertised is colored. That is kind of a huge problem because they're kind of going backwards and they're kind of degrading the overall product. They advertised the DeLorean to be a replica, not a toy. It's $400. $400 is not an easy price to swallow. But considering the fact that there isn't a lot of DeLoreans for this price range, especially since I bought my 1/18 scale for around that price value, and it's actually a really good deal. It comes with a light-up interior, light-up headlights, taillights, and the car smokes. I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. I should have mentioned that all the way in the beginning of the video, but that's what the car does. It smokes, it has interior lighting, exterior lighting, it has the DMC licensing as well. So it sparked a huge debacle on the Facebook community, which they opened up when the product released, and not a lot of people were very happy about this. I was one of them. I'm not, honestly not happy that the interior is not going to have colored wiring like the prototype, like the car that they use for advertising. It doesn't really make sense to me that they will go backwards because the project is already well overfunded. And it's not like they're not going to make enough money. They're going to make a lot of money. I would understand if they were barely reaching their goal, if they, let's say, got $300,000 in terms of revenue, then I would understand that. But apparently, they came out with their own reasoning saying that, hey, we can't do colored wiring because it's going to cost more money in terms of production, and we're just not going to do it. And personally, I really don't like that. I really wish they would stick to color wiring to make this more authentic, to make it more screen accurate than just doing black wires, because again, the interior doesn't have a lot of color except for those wiring. You guys, if you guys remember the last video that I did with the DeLorean, I was praising the interior wiring even though it was all one color. It still gave the car character, and I really enjoyed that. Now that they're not going to do colored wiring, it just makes me wonder what else are they going to cut. Are they going to not do any coloring in the back of the car with the plutonium and the other stuff? I really don't like when they cut corners because, again, it seems scandalous. It puts a bad taste in people's mouth, and especially since they mentioned that after they met their goal. On the pro side, on the positive side, they seem like very passionate a company. And the people that are behind it are very passionate as well. One of the lead designers of this project, his name is Chris. I don't know his last name, but he seems like an 80s nostalgia nerd, and he seems to really enjoy 80s nostalgia in terms of films. I watched a lot of interviews with him and streams where he talks about the product. He seems to be a huge fan of Back to the Future and Star Wars, Airwolf, Knight Rider. The fact that he knows all these 80s nostalgia pop culture, it really makes me less worried because it seems to come from a place of, yes, I love this stuff just as much as you guys love this stuff. So the car is going to be 1/10 scale, so in order to make you guys imagine how big it's going to be bigger than this. This is a 1/15 scale Diamond Select, and to me this is a nice this is honestly a nice car for anyone who's starting to collect Back to the Future. It's not that detailed. As you can see inside, the wiring is all gray molded plastic. The wiring isn't colored at all, and the interior is extremely just dull. There's not a lot going with the interior. Everything does light up. The interior, the time circuits, has sound effects. Nothing too impressive, honestly. The 1/18 scale does it better in my opinion, but I honestly hope that they don't make a oversized Diamond Select where it's lacking detail. It just has the body and everything. I really hope that they knock it out of the park with this one. Should you invest in this Kickstarter? Well, if you're like me and you have the NECA figures, I would highly recommend you jump on this project. Again, the only way to get this DeLorean is by backing this product, or this Kickstarter project, which I'm going to link in the description below. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much about the color wiring, although it does suck. The car's going to smoke, and it's going to have a light up interior. As long as they don't change anything more, I'll be happy. Again, everyone was having a bit of trouble swallowing this, that the car's not going to have colored wiring inside. But I'm excited for this project to release. It's not going to release until 14 months, until October of 2024. It's a long wait, but again, I think it's going to be worth it. Especially since this isn't going to be like a commercial product that's going to be available in stores. This is honestly your only chance to get it right now. The project ends in 16 days. I highly recommend you get on it right away, because they're having a deal, and if you wait too long, then you're gonna end up paying $400, and you're not gonna get Einstein. Einstein is the most adorable movie dog in the world, so you should get him. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I'm gonna be making an update video on the 1/18 scale Hot Wheels DeLorean. I know this isn't something you guys really want to see or you're used to seeing, but since the last video did well, I decided to talk about it and throw in my 2 cents. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.